Hi everyone, this is SJWs Attack. Today I've got another quick video here. This one on the riots in France. I'm just going to do an update for everybody and show kind of the timeline on what happened for those of you who don't know. Start off, about 2 weeks ago, there was an arrest made in Saint-Denis, which is a suburb, a poor suburb of Paris, and essentially what happened was a young black guy named Theo, was being detained for drug possession. I believe I believe they had suspicions of him being a drug dealer, and he ended up accusing the police of raping him with a baton, as he had a injury to his rectum when he went to hospital after the arrest. So here's a video. They actually have video of this, but it's not very good. And I've watched this about 10 times, and I cannot tell where the injury would have happened. I think it's somewhere in the middle, and I'll pause that in a second. But here's this video really quick. It's right around here when he's on the ground where I think something might have happened, but for some reason they don't have video of what happened after. And I don't see the alleged assault. Now, the police investigation after cleared everyone, and then there was another investigation into the investigation where they did end up charging one of the police officers. However, as you can see, there's been crowds and violence, and Theo, the young guy in hospital still, has requested for protesters to cease hostilities. However, this particular article is from a few days ago, and since then it's actually increased. So we have things like this now. So essentially this has turned into a very similar type of situation to a Ferguson, or actually a Baltimore riot is kind of what I compared it to. There's lots of specifics on it, but 49 people were arrested one night, and recently another 13 people were arrested, and so here you can see this happening. Another push by police. I still find it incredible how many camera people there are around these events nowadays, where one cop gets injured, there's more people filming it than there is actual police officers around him. That's always incredible to me, which is kind of sick. But yeah, so here we have more justice people that want justice. Now, on the opinion side, I think this is another one of these cases where you've got a number of peaceful protesters who really allow for violent protests to happen. They don't push back against violent protesters, specifically groups like Antifa and groups like that, who come in and want to take down the state. Like, not just police and not just corrupt police, but the whole entire state. They want no states. They want complete anarchy, which sounds great until you try and do anything in an anarchist society, and then nothing will work. And I'm somebody that's looked hard into stuff like ANCAP and things like that, and it's not feasible. So when I see things like this, you're like, man, these people are really allowing for these other groups to take over. What I do find interesting, though, there's been, specifically in this one, there's been celebrities, Rugby World Cup winner Liliane Thurman. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it in French, but he's a retired French rugby player, I believe, and he was arrested during the riots. And from what I've read, something like in the riots of the violence that's been caused, 60% of them are what they deem as children, not just young adults or youths as they started calling them in the American riots, but children. They're straight up calling them children. So I don't know what exactly that means. I've read some people claiming that this could be the work of elites and globalists paying off certain groups to fund young people to run around and smash things. And I wouldn't rule that out, but I haven't seen anyone specifically linked. And I think for globalists, this actually looks terrible going into the French elections that are coming up. You could make the case, I suppose, that they could try and sell it to the more progressive people in the society as being an attack on immigrants, and so people have to get out and vote to keep immigrants safe or to keep minorities safe in the society, as opposed to the more conservative groups. But man, I mean, when you have hundreds and hundreds of black and immigrant children running around smashing stores, I don't know how that works so well when you're trying to go against the hard right groups. At any rate, I thought this was an interesting story to go over today. I don't have any more specific news other than this recent one that says 13 more people were arrested. So they're probably up into the 70s, 80s of people arrested. People have been shot at. People have had tear gas in their eyes. And it's continuing in a number of cities, not just around France, not just Paris, mostly in northern France. But anyways, thought I'd touch on that one today and just give a brief update of what's happening there. If anything else happens, I'll do another quick video. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.